Welcome to Garage Gym Athlete Cool Downs. These episodes are short, actionable podcasts pulled from previous interviews and content we've been publishing for the last several years. So go for a walk, hop on the rower, or clip into the bike for this cool down episode. And then that brings me next to a mental toughness challenge.
So good. I tell you, one of the things that I think people are having a hard time with is technology. And my mental toughness challenge is see if you can sign off from your phone at 8 o'clock. And more importantly, do not bring your phone into the bedroom. I think we could go a little bit more austere on some other sort of habits around technology, but I guarantee you your phone doesn't belong in the bedroom. So my mental toughest challenge is if you don't have an alarm clock, you need to go buy an alarm clock and get your phone out of your stinking bedroom. It doesn't belong in your bedroom.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that'll be a good challenge. Because I know a lot of people book in their days, even people I've had on the podcast with the phone is the last thing they touch before they go to sleep and the first thing they touch when they wake up in the morning.
Yeah, and we're realists. We understand. We work for ourselves. There's a lot of interesting things. I have the New York Times on my phone, but what I'm asking you to do is not have your phone in your bedroom. So see if you can do it, because what we want, we're spending a lot of time talking about these 1% details. And it turns out it's not the 1% details that make the big difference. It's the sleep. The sleep.
Awesome, man. So I just want to get your opinion on that, on the sleep. So there's the rise and grind mentality, right? Like you could sleep when you're dead,
because you'll be dead.
Because you'll be dead. And then there's the sleep, get the ample amount of rest, but not getting after it as hard as you could. What's your take on that? I know sleep obviously you find very important. I just want to know kind of your thoughts on the grinding versus sleep, getting enough sleep.
Well, there's a time where you're going to be forced to grind. And I think if you are really precious about always, it's get this much sleep or I'm a failure, I think that sets people up for the wrong expectation. What we say is, hey, look, there are a lot of times where you could be getting a lot more sleep, especially if you're wanting to train hard. If you're just walking around, I get it. You can probably get by on less. But that's not what's happening, especially in our sort of more training-centric communities. People are training really hard these days. What we say to our best athletes is let's control the quality of the sleep you're getting. So we can shift the focus on always pure volume to, how do we get denser sleep? And, not having any caffeine after 4 o'clock sets you up for a better, denser sleep quality. Making sure you're sleeping in a pitch black room, making that there's no phone in the room, right? You drop your core temperature, earplugs, eye mask. Those are cues that help you homogenize your sleep experience. We really want people we say, hey, look, we don't want you to foam roll at the gym. We don't want you to do any soft tissue work at the gym. We want you to do it before you go to bed. The last 10 minutes before you go to the bedroom. See what I did there? The idea here is there's nothing productive happening in your world in those 10 minutes before you go to the bedroom. So that's when we want you to do your soft tissue work. And the reason we like that then is we know you've got the time and bandwidth for it, and it also will set you up to sleep denser because all of that soft tissue work has a pretty significant parasympathetic input. So, when we talk to the military, we talk to, people who are traveling, road warriors, we never preach. Everyone knows you need to sleep more. And we find that sort of being lectured to doesn't beget better sleep. Instead, what we have this badge of honor. So if you're gonna grind at 4:30, and that's when you get up, Jocko Willink style, you got to go to bed at 9, so you can get your 7.5, and that's okay. So just be in bed, go to bed at 9, be in bed at 8:45, which is totally reasonable. So, but I think what we do is we cannot. One of our good friends, Alan Lim, who is a super badass exercise physiologist for the elite cyclists, founder of Scratch Labs. He's like, look, you can't cheat your physiology. So at some point, when your testosterone's in the hole, when your cortisol's through the roof, when your insulin sensitivity is trashed, and we start looking at fractionating your cholesterol, you can't lie to us. We know eventually that those sins are going to show up. And one of the things that we see is that because the environment has changed around us, because we have so many opportunities for entertainment and connection in the evening, we're just not wired for that. And it's really disrupting and starting to eat into our sleep. And it shows up eventually. When it shows up when you're 50, it shows up when you're 60, shows up when your tissues start to fall apart a little prematurely. So, don't take our word for it. Try it for a week and let us know what happens. And what you'll find is that you just kicked ass. A lot of people we're seeing are really caught on the stimulant depressant cycle. They have to have 4 cups of bulletproof coffee in the morning. And then, they have to have a glass of wine to come down, or a drink, or THC, or, Ambien, people are really, I think, struggling to self-medicate, to wake up and to sleep. And we've got to get a little bit more sensitized to that. Hey, you should be exhausted at the end of the night. And then, if it takes you longer than 5 minutes to fall asleep, you've got a problem.
Awesome. Thanks for listening to today's Cool Down. If for some ridiculous reason you are not subscribed to Garage Gym Athlete programming, fix that problem right now. Go to GarageGymAthlete.com, sign up for a free trial, get started with us today. Thanks for listening.